I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is May 9th, Thursday, 2024. I try to make this quick, but it's going to be maybe hard to do that, but let's just jump right into it here. So, yesterday I was mentioning that I'd like to come down in here. Now, here's the reason why I'm making this video today, to be honest, is that even if you get married to a bias, then you want to trade some days without a bias altogether, meaning like today, this is like another consolidation day technically, but we might be continuing up, right? We always have the choice of coming up or down or even both, but what I'm trying to say is that, generally, um, the things I used to struggle with is because if maybe I was married to something, right? But if you notice that you're married to something, why don't you, say that out loud and then turn around and say, hey, well, if I was married to getting these lows right here, which I know we're gonna get these lows eventually, but fuck these lows. How about I'm not married to these lows anymore, and then I turn around and say, well, what does that look like if it goes the other way, right? So with that being the case, and understanding that look at the data that popped out. Remember, number one, I'm not sure if I mentioned it good enough, but yes, this is an imbalance altogether. This candle, this mace, you're like probably like, just draw it, bro. Huh. Right there. Okay. So this right here, they are sitting inside an imbalance already. Yes, there's one down here, and yes, I would like to clean that up. Okay, fine. But because it is in one, and if this is going to hold as support, then the price would expand from there, right? Now, what did we do? Well, today's candle, we came down, we got into the wick of yesterday's down wick. If you look at it on the 4-hour, all right, you can see that this wick right here, this wick, long wick, it's treated as a gap, right? I even called it coming up to be a wick, remember? But anyways, this is a wick, 50% of it. Look at where the bodies don't close below 50%. And then, the wicks come down a little bit and to wipe out some more buyers that were in there. But notice that this is holding as support. So if that's the case, then you're going to keep going up. So if that's the case, you don't get married to coming down here. You got to be able to be flexible. The only reason why I'm going to show you these trades is because of that reason. And here it is. As an example, when the price came down here and we took out that, we were at this point, we've already had this low here. Okay. And then we make this low to here after the 930 drop, right? And we are 50% of the wick of that 4-hour wick is all this right here to the left, as you see, right? So, and then I still bought up. Why did I buy up? Well, because we're above that low, and I understand on the 4-hour that we already closed the previous 4-hour candle, has already respected that wick. When you're looking at this, you have to be able to see these things. So if I was to have been quote unquote married to coming down here and he said everybody we should be coming down. Yeah, just because I said we should be coming down doesn't mean that we are going to come down, right? And if it's not going to come down, then it's fucking going up. The point of me talking this way is so you can understand that you do. I mean, I used to talk like this to myself back in the day when I would be constantly married to something. But even when we were dropping back then, when we were really, really dropping, when was this? I think that was over here. Everybody wanted to crash when I was trading Dow. And I was like, bro, like, okay, just because we came up here doesn't mean that we're not going to keep going bullish. Like, people were literally married for it to keep selling and selling and selling. And I'm like, listening to the people comment, they're watching the videos, and I'm like, you're married to that. You can literally, it's like a disease. It's like you're hooked on it or something. You got to be fluid. And the reason why I'm bringing this shit up is because, okay, you got this wick. You got respect here. You also have this daily imbalance that you're sitting in that could hold as support. Yes, I know there's a gap. Yes, I know we should come down there, but does it mean we're going to have to do it now? So this is a very good lesson for you to learn, right? So that's why I took this buy. Literally. Okay, so but even before that, when I took the sell at 9:30, okay, cool. Dropped to 9:30, got the opening range, and we're back in this gap. Yes, there's these two look pieces of liquidity sitting right here. Very ugly screenshot. I don't know why it fucking because I'm trying to do it quick. By the way, I'm not doing screenshots anymore. I miss way too many trades, and I'm so over it. But I did this today because I wanted to show that I knew people were gonna think maybe that, hey, well, they didn't come and get this level, and yes, that's built liquidity there. But to show you that, okay, look, I'm still capable of buying and changing my mind and going a different direction. Okay, so that trade pans out, and this is why I'm not screenshot no more, because we hit the opening top right there of the range of the open today. And when it reacted so fast by the time I screenshot it, and by then I wanted this sell. I wanted to take this sell to come back and retrace. I had some gaps here that I liked. I like these down candles. Sure enough, we came right to it. And because I didn't get my entry, did I have an opportunity? Yeah, I did. But look, I'll show you in 1 minute. Real quick. All right, so dropping the ball, not holding that sell from the 9:30. It's totally my fault, but I should have kept going. But because I had sealed it and we had tapped the opening of the day, I was like, you know what? It's all good. Take the profit and whatever. But I knew I should have kept holding. Price came down 3 drives, 1, 2, 3. I ended up losing, taking these two and fucking impulsively, but whatever. What am I gonna do? I knew what was happening. We were on oversold. We were above this, and we were also 50% of that wick. So I'm like, okay, we're buying up. So sure enough, I bought up. But when the price tagged that level, then it shot down. I had another opportunity sitting. Well, I had an opportunity there, but I didn't like the risk. I was watching it and it dropped, and then it came back up, tagged the upper 25% of the opening range. And I was like, oh my God, bro, just take it. But at this point, the risk was still decent, but I just didn't like it. I was in my head, and this is why I don't like fucking screenshot. It's not happening no more. Done. If you think I'm not taking these trades, you're fucking retarded. Period. So sorry for my language. Anyways, I'm pissed I missed this. So price came down. Look where it came to. It came right down to the last 3 candles. I can't make this shit up. Got the gaps right there. 3 candles here, and stopped on a dime. But for me, I can't take this trade because the risk is way too large. Like way too large for me. So I left it alone. But it was on the head. I was like, bro, just take it. But I just figured time distortion was going on. I didn't know if it was going to break lower or not. But at the same time, I knew we should be coming up here. Oh, by the way, what framed this day, had me on the right side and grooving really well, was because when before 9:30 came in, this 9:09 candle, when it tapped this gap that I have here and went away from it, I was literally grooving beautifully because of this gap, because I was ready at 9 and I saw this, and then it came down, and then when it popped up, I'd sold already because I know we hit this gap. And to the left of the chart, if you take a look to the left of the chart, we had already taken out this high. See that? Not only did we take out that high, but we also had this imbalance right here that we were in with that gap. So beautifully. So took it down. Let's just trying to give you the logic of why took it down. But anyways, I wanted this sell. So it was a sell, buy, sell. I caught most of this, but not all of it. Caught all of this, and then I missed it. And I was going to be done. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get these 3 moves and literally be done. All right. But I missed it. So, and when it came down here, I'm like, I'm not buying this. And I left it alone. So what happened? I got to wait for something else to happen. So the price comes up. We break right through the opening range high, and we come right through it. We take out that liquidity. Now, what I do is I scalp this from here to retrace back, because I know we're going to retrace back to the range. And look at seal that right there. Tap that high again. All right, we did that beautifully. Look how it taps the opening range. I can't make this shit up, man. If this is not on your chart, then you not. I don't know what you're doing, to be honest, but you need it. And then, sure enough, I get in this trade from here to take it where? To take it up to this up here. Now, I would love to have taken out yesterday's high, yes, but at the same time, this is going on. There's some divergence happening on, and I'll have to show you. There's just way too much to talk about, man. And then what's it called? So I said, you know what? At the moment when we took out this high right here, so look to your left. We have two types of highs. We have the high, and then we have the high next to it, right? On these time frames, you can see it. And I just have to go to it. So at this moment, there's way too much. At the moment, that's this right here. This did not take out that high, and we had already came up and taken out yesterday's high in S&P and Dow. So that's why I'm drawing this out right here. Okay. So right when that happened, I was like, you know what? Just make your target that high and take the damn profit. Look at fucking gorgeous. It's all about decision making. So I took the trade when it bounced off of that level I just told you, and then it came up, and then I decided to take the profit at this level, not the high, the high next to it. And sure enough, I took the profit, and at this point, I was done for the day. I'm already exhausted. I'm already done for the day. I've hustled enough today, and it's whatever, no big deal. And I made the greatest decision. Because why? Because at this moment, you had this lower high, then here, and this had already swept above. So I was like, that's situation number one. Number two is dollar at this moment was literally sitting in this imbalance. So the price action was right here. See this? The price action was sitting right here, and it was inside this imbalance, tapping this down candle. And I was like, yo, this might have a nice bounce, and let me get the fuck out of that trade. And sure enough, what happened? I literally took the screenshot right here. Okay. And then I left it alone. I wish I had took the sell, but that would have been a beautiful sell. But look what it did. It shot the hell down. Came right back to the opening range, 50%, taps the gap in the background, and wiped out all the people who broke out artists, got it in here. So amazing, man. And that's trading, bro. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. That's like, I don't do anything else for a living full time. I'm a trader. That's like, this requires that type of mental skill. But from here, you come down to here, and then it's just fucking around all day. It ends up time distorting all the way up just to take this high. I'm sorry. See, all this is bullshit just to get to that high. All of this is bullshit. Where's the indicator at? I don't even fucking have it on here. Hold on. Where is it? Here. Why isn't this on my favorites? Okay. Okay. So look, all this in between is bullshit. I'm gonna just do this. It's an ugly way to do it, but where did I just do it from? Right here. You see all this in the middle here? If you just deleted this shit in the middle, and I'm gonna just drop it, and you combine from here to here, and you snug it together, let's delete everything in the middle here. Okay, see that? It's an awesome tool, by the way. It's all time distortion, because really they're just making this higher low to this higher high to take out that high. That's all that's going on. But all of this is just bullshit. And yes, there's some opportunities in here and all that, but at the same time, when we made this higher low to higher, because it's a higher low than that low, you made this high, retrace back, this another higher low. You do a fib on that, I'm pretty sure it's a 70. All right. And then from here to here, it's already there. It's sitting at a 61 on the head. Look at that. 61. Look at that. Beautiful. Right. So did you have that? Did you see that? Could you have taken a trade just from year to year to get to 50%? Sure. I mean, there's many ways to skin this cat, right? But what was I gonna say? I know I'm missing something, dude. I'm missing all types of shit, and it's 14 minutes already. Okay, so also framing the day was pushing us when uh, late London, early New York, Dow made higher lows. They did not take out this low right here, and as you can see, Nas and S&P they did. Right, so that was divergence pushing us up. If we were to like to save all this conversation, why it's buying up also is because of that reason as well. You could see that beautifully. And we bought the whole day. Then us getting pushed down here, you could see higher highs here, and we had lower highs here. I'm not sure if I did that in the last video. If I had that one, did I do this today or not? I can't remember. I fucking can't remember, man. So much I'm analyzing, but okay. So that, and then when we made this lower low with with Nas, which is what we bought here, you had higher lows here. Okay, so Nas was very clear about that. So that was all the confluence I was using when I bought this above this. So if you're asking, how did you buy it from and not worry about it taking there? Well, I mean, it's either going to buy from above here or below it or go right through it. So, I mean, these are the options, but then I have confluence with this plus the oversold on the indicator, right? So anyways, and then the 50% of the wick I showed you on the 4-hour. So that being the case, then when we got this nice little push down, the one I was pissed off that I photoshopped and then, not photoshopped, fucking screenshotted, and then it came down, right? This had a lower highs here. This had higher highs here. See that? So this was the purpose of why I wanted to sell. And even though it didn't pan out forever, taking it down here is still a nice trade. But anyway, but this is minuscule. This is like, it's not worth the conversation. But and then the price that it pushed down, when it originally pushed down at before 9:30, we had higher highs here, as you see with this line, and then at 9:30 here, we were lower highs here with Nas and Dow. See that? And then on the now present time, on the longer scale, right here, we do have lower highs here, right? While S&P and Dow are up here. See that? So does this push us down so we can then sweep all this shit below and we're not going up anymore? That's the purpose of this. I'm gonna delete this because this is what's really this is what really matters right now. Delete some of this stuff. All right. So that being said, and then I was mentioning also yesterday, dollar, when we consolidated, I said that this could be sort of hitting like a resistance, so to speak. And then we had these gaps here, and would dollar come down today? And sure enough, it did. So that was also the final piece of, because when you see dollar at 830 shooting down, I mean, dude, do you not see that dollar is going bearish, right? So you add this to everything that I've discussed and this scenario, you're a fucking buyer today, right? So this is saying all that to say this, right? So, okay, as of right now, this does, I mean, does with these closed candles like that, we would have to get a strong response and not take out these highs to be bearish. All right, because if we take these highs out, I'm pretty sure we're going to keep going. And they want to probably aim for this high up here that I've been mentioning with this gap up here. It makes perfect sense that they want to get up in here. So, because this looks like it looks like it's a consolidation and then continuation is what I'm really saying. This what is starting to pan out because we never broke yesterday's low. So, it looks like it's just sitting in this imbalance and then it's just going to shoot up. Now, tomorrow's Friday, so anything can happen Friday. Could they wipe out both sides of the market, pop up and then come back down? Sure. I mean, fucking be nasty and get the whole week. Look at that weak gap right there. But there is a weak gap. That gap that I'm talking about, this daily gap, it's also on the week, but we do have a body close on the day. But do they want a body close on the week gap right there? So they might close it bullish for Friday, and then next week we come down to wipe out all the buyers and balance the price. So then now they can, because there's a gap on this present week. You see this? You see this, right? See, so we have we have it last week too. So, so then we get a body close next week for it to be closing below here, and then and we'll see. I don't know how it's going to pan out, but in general speaking, this is looking more bullish still. And general consolidations price will still continue. Rate it and then make its way down, but they might want to close it on Friday. I don't know, man. So this is where we're at. I think I've said enough. I'm burnt out, to be honest. I've showed everything else. You guys take care. And I know I'm fucking forgetting something, man. I know I'm forgetting something. Talked about, yeah, I'm good. Take care. Bye.